Welcome back, everybody. This is B with B's Projects, and I want to show you this fire here. We got a good fire going, nice and warm in here. And we're going to go ahead and damper that down just a little bit here. And you see we got plenty of firewood that'll last me a few days. It's not too cold outside right now, so that'll last a little bit longer than that. But I think what we want to start working on today is this John Deere Z950M. It's a 2022 model. I bought it in the springtime, and they are very hard to come by. So as I was saying, these were hard to come by. When I bought this one, the sales guy told me, hey, I got this mower for you, 60-inch deck. And I said, go ahead and put a hold on it, let's do it. And about 20 minutes went by, he called me back and says, yeah, that one just sold. So let me do a little more looking and see if I can find something for you. So he calls me back, it's about an hour later, calls me back and says, I think I found one for you. Told me the model number. It was, I think the 930M. And I said, yeah, okay, that sounds good to me. So let's go ahead and do it. Let's buy it. So he said, okay, I'm gonna go ahead and put a hold on it, and I'll let you know. So I let him go off the phone. He called me back almost immediately. He says, that one's gone. So I'm gonna have to keep looking. So I was about to give up. And I think about a half hour went by, and he said, this time is for real. I called him. It's about 3 hours north of where we're at. I can send a truck up and have him grab it, and told me what it was. I was looking for a 60-inch deck. This has a 72. And I said, you know what? Let's go ahead and go with the 72, being how hard they are to get. I want to just get one here so I can get this grass mowed the way it needs to be. So he got it coming. They actually delivered it, and I've been very happy with it. He was telling me at the time that all of your 1, 2, and 3 series John Deere tractors, they were getting them in by the truckload, but these zero turns just wasn't happening. You could get a residential unit, but the commercial units were pretty much being bought up as soon as they would get them because they weren't making as many. Anyways, what I want to do with this is, I talked about it in a previous video. I've got some lights I want to mount to the front here. And so I got to build a wiring harness. I still have to go find a switch for it, but we're going to do it all properly. And I'm going to bring you guys along. So let's get at it. All right, so what I've got here is some wire loom, 2 pieces of it. This is going to go from the battery to the switch area. This is going to go from the lights to the switch area. I've got inline fuse. It's going to come right off of the battery. 14 gauge black and red wire. I've got my lights, 2 of them. Some butt splice connectors that you can heat up, and they're like shrink wrap. They form around the wires so they don't corrode. And a few tools. So what I need to do is run 1 red, 1 black wire through this one here. We'll do the same thing with this one. This is 1/4 inch wire loom, by the way. Well, I may have to throw a little tape around the end of that to get it to go. Those sharp cut edges there, they don't like to go through anything. So you got to give them a nice smooth surface or tip where it'll push fairly easy. Let's try again. See if that helps. It's almost there, so I think we can just split this open. Maybe. Probably gonna have to. Find those wires, and there we go. Really, I want about that much sticking out. Do the same with the rest of the other one. All right, so to make this fit better, I'm going to cut part of this wire off here. There we go. Now we're going to butt splice this to the red wire on the short wire loom. So that'd be this one here. There we go. On this black wire and the end of that red one, we need to add these. This is where it's going to connect to the battery. Okay. We get a torch and we'll shrink that down. Now I don't need a very big flame. Now what this is doing is it's forming that material around the wire. It's making a nice waterproof fit. Oop, burnt the wire a little bit there. That's okay. So we'll let that cool. All right, I got this short wire harness made up. I put a 10 amp fuse in it, and I got my negative and positive leads for the battery. So let's work on the big one now, the long one. All right, so what we're gonna do now is these lights have these barrel connectors on them. I'm gonna take these off. What I need to do is splice all of these together, red to red, black to black, to one side of this wiring harness, just like that. Shorten that wire just a hair. Okay. Now I think I'm going to actually have to strip this back a little bit because these wires are not going to fit inside those butt splices. So I'll be right back. Okay, I got those stripped back about 3/4 of an inch. So we'll go to black to black. And red to red. There we go. Okay. Now what I'm going to do is, here it is, I'm going to wrap some tape around this. And I've got some larger wire loom that I'm going to throw on over those butt splices. But first I'm going to tape them up. Go. Okay, I think we're ready to get over to the tractor and start looking at installing this stuff. So there's those two ends, the larger piece I said I had. So let's go run it through the tractor. Okay, so the lights are gonna mount to these square holes. And the wiring, I'm gonna snake it around here. And I believe, let's see if I can get this. I can come right through this hole and back inside of there, it's hard to see, but it's hollow. I can push it all the way up and it'll come out somewhere back there. It's gonna be kind of a pain in the butt, but it'll come out somewhere down in under, right in there. And then I'll bring it up and into this electric box here, which is laying down here right now. All right, I made a hanger with a hook on the end. Let's see how good that works. I think it went. Yep, there it is. So I just got to tie these wires onto it and pull it back. There it is. And it's through. Very nice. So then we'll leave these poking out like that. And I'll bring you over here and show you what we've got. Nice and hidden. Just goes right down through here, underneath. And it comes out right here. So we're gonna secure this off somehow. I'll show you how we're gonna do that. It's just gonna run inside of this box. And there you go. We got our power going out to our lights. All right, let's get these lights put on. Put this other one on. All right, I got all the wire loom put on. What I am gonna do is, I've got some more of this 1/2 inch I'm gonna put over these connectors. Just stick them over that and hope I don't have any issues out of that stuff. So I'll do that and I'll show you how I tie it up in a minute. All right, so what I've got here is a clamp. It's a metal clamp with a rubber insert on it. And that is gonna go around here, clamp down, and then I'm going to bring it up, and I got these 4 holes here. I'm going to attach it to this upper hole right there, and I've got a 6mm, since this whole zero turn is metric, I've got a 6mm stainless bolt, 2 washers, and a stainless nut. So we're gonna go ahead and do that now. All right, I got all the wires run down here by the front. I'm gonna try to get you an idea of how I did it. So I put one of those straps right there to hold the wire coming off of that light. And in essence, that's gonna hold everything up. Let me see if I can get it under there. So that's that. And that kind of holds it up out of the way. And then down there, I've got a similar thing going on where that bolt right there is hanging on to another one of those clips. And then you've got your wire going out to your light, and that wire goes back to your switch bank. Okay, so here we go. Red wire goes to the positive, black one out of our wiring harness goes to the negative. Right now I got them running outside until I get a switch. But you can see what I did here. The black wire goes straight through for a ground, and then your red wires will go to each side of the switch. So let me jumper that out with this jumper here, and we'll see what it looks like. Okay, you can see I've got it jumpered out, just like the switch will do. And we have lights. That looks good, don't it? I like it. So some people might wonder, why did I tie it straight into the battery like that? How come I didn't go off of the switch and tie it into the system, into the wiring in the zero turn itself? And the reason is because this is still under warranty. So I didn't want to tamper with any of the existing wiring. Basically, the way I did it, I just added to it, and it's safe. Because I've got that fuse in there, nothing's going to burn up, nothing's going to catch on fire or anything. So that's why I wired it the way I did, and I didn't tie into the wiring that it already has. Let me turn that light off and see what it looks like. Those are pretty bright. I think those are going to work out really nice. Well, I hope you guys learned something. If not, I hope you enjoyed the video. And until next time, thanks for watching.